Good evening to you, my friends. It is a pleasure to come and to talk with you and to give you a little bit of inspiration, because you know you are all capable of very many things. And you all have thoughts, do you not? You all have to, at one time or another, keep your thoughts in check. Because it is not always wise, is it, to say your first thought to somebody, in case you say the wrong thing. And so you are always thinking what is right and what is not so good, and you keep up your own level of right and wrong. You all have a moral code that you follow, and surprisingly, you know, you learn many things from the influences of other people around and about you. Because you know the best way is to lead by example. Because then your actions are speaking louder than words. And when you are happy with what you are doing, then other people are influenced by your mood also. How many of you have been somewhere and immediately have sensed an atmosphere that things are not quite as they should be, because somebody has had a disagreement and you happen to walk into the room after it has finished, but it has disturbed the atmosphere. And so all of you, you see, to one degree or another, are sensitive to those around you and to the atmosphere that is around you. And if we were to line you all up in the middle of this church, one behind the other, and very close together, you would all soon be moving, because you would want a little more space around you. Because you see, as you become enclosed in, say, a queue, then your auric field is going to want room to move. And that makes you feel restless and discontent. And so it is that you need to take notice of what your inner being is telling you, because that gives you signposts along the way as to the right or the wrong path to follow, and your spirit is wanting expression. And so you all have to take on board personal responsibility. And it is up to you what opportunities you take and what road you take in your life, because you have to be content with your choices. Nobody is going to tell you that you have to follow this path or that path or the other path, because as you decide on certain decisions, then you know whether you have to do a U-turn or not, because of how you feel within yourself. And so we bring to you encouragement, you see, so that you have a little more confidence within yourselves, because there is more to life than you can see through your physical eyes. There is this spirit within that gives you the whole concept that you are something that is going to have a life of eternity to live. You are not going to die. You are going to change your habitat, shall we say. You are going to go from the physical realms to the spiritual realms at that point that you call death. As difficult as that may sound, transition is as easy as it is taking an in-breath for the oxygen that you need to sustain your physical body, to sustain your physical life. It is nothing at all. It is just a moving on. And so it is that to have that understanding will allow you to be open-minded and open-hearted to all things being possible, to know that the love tie that binds you in this world continues in the world beyond matter, in the spiritual realm. And so there is no difference of that love that is felt one for the other. But the big difference, of course, is the fact that the physical body is no longer with you. And so it is that you have to grieve the loss of the physical body of your loved one. That is part and parcel of coming to terms with the transition. It is always easy to talk the talk, to use a modern phrase, but it is not quite so easy to walk the walk, to be able to tell to others how your own belief in the spirit within and the spirit world that interpenetrates your world. But you know, by the way that you are and the way that you act, other people will take notice. They will realize that it is worth listening to what you have to say when you put it over in a down-to-earth manner. There are too many people, you know, that want to say things just for the sake of saying the words. But when you say it from your heart, there is meaning behind it. And through experience you will be able to help others that are facing the loss of their loved ones and are grieving. There are many in your world that only look at the darkness and the sadness that they have encountered through life. And that is why we want to bring people through the doors of this church and others like it, where they talk always about the afterlife, about the life that is to come, that you prepare for day to day, in your day-to-day living, and in the way that you think. You are, they say, as you eat. They are also saying that you are as you think. And so you are responsible for your thoughts. And you know at the end of the day that to be kind and to help another that you see is struggling in one way or another in life, then that is giving of yourself, and that is being of service to your own spirit and to the spirit world. So at every turn in life you are tested. Not that you have to pass or fail that test. You just have to learn from it and move on, and then realize that you are indeed a strong individual that can cope with all things, because the spirit within is strong, and the spirit world are there, walking beside you every step of the way. It is important, you know, that you understand that you are not being stalked from the spirit world by your loved ones and your guides and helpers, because sometimes they have to stand back a little bit. Just as you would if you were a parent to a child. You wouldn't be able to be constantly with them, because you have to allow your child a little bit of breathing space, do you not? You cannot attend school and be with them 24/7, but you can listen to what has happened in their day, and you can be part and parcel of their lives by just helping and telling them that you understand. And so it is with those that link with you from the spirit world. They are forever listening to your thoughts, because you know you do not have to say things out loud, and the spirit world uses your mind to communicate. And so your thoughts are very important to you and to them also, because you know you cannot think one thing and not be honest with yourself and honest with the spirit world. They know what you are thinking. They know what you are doing. And so you just have to keep yourself in a positive mind, knowing that the spirit world will not ever let you down. You have, as a first principle within spiritualism, talking about the fatherhood of God, because God is the essence and the creator of all life. So you cannot journey on your life's pathway in the physical world alone. You are accompanied every step of the way. You may be prompted at times to do things that you think are a little bit rash, because you know they need you to be responsive to the spirit world. It is important that you do check your thoughts, that you do have time on your own, that you are able to feel the presence of those that would come into your auric field, to tell you that they still love you, to tell you that they are there, and to tell you that it is easy to make that transition. And therefore you should have no fear of the future. Things are good. Things are bright when you look at it with your spiritual eyes. If you only look at things through the material, physical eyes, then things do indeed look a little dismal, a little dark, and a little upsetting. And so we have to extend our vision to that of the spiritual aspect of life. And if you can quieten your mind, and if you can accept that your loved ones have made their transition, then you will be halfway to understanding yourself and being able to move forward in your life. There is no need to feel despairing, to feel discouraged. We only ask that you feel that it is not as difficult as you think. Accept that you are being given strength, that you are being given courage, and your thoughts will indeed change as you go forward in your life, as you begin to understand the truth, that there is no death, only life eternal. Just remember that because life is continuous, you are forever progressing. If you can take time out to have time to think and meditate and gather your thoughts, you will gather strength also. So do not be afraid to sit in the silence, because within yourself you have these ideas, these things that inspire you to lead you forward in your life. And so we ask that you be positive, that you are guided and strengthened from that spirit that is you, the real person that you are. Because you know, sometimes when you sit and you think, you do wonder, well, who am I? What am I? Where am I going? What am I doing? Take the bull by the horns and look at the spirit that is you, and things will begin to fall into place. You may have a little difficulty at first, sitting in silence or listening to music, but you know you cannot be afraid of yourself. You have to have within yourself confidence, and you will then become aware of all these other things, because they will be added unto you. And so we just say to you, my friends, walk on, walk tall, and you will be surprised at how you can take on board all the tragedies of life that will come to you from time to time, because your life is only for a short time within the physical environment. And so we say to you, my friends, good night and God bless.